Trust the company, don't respect them, but you trust them and you keep buying from them. We've covered the reasons why, I won't go there again. What matters here is honesty. And most of you, if you've studied anything about marketing in the last year, have been coming across a lot of content marketing. And content marketing tells companies and brands and practitioners that you need to be authentic. You need to be who you are so your customers feel comfortable being who they are. And you can really build trust. Okay? All right, I'm going to round this session out with a little story, and then we'll get to learning. So, John Deere Company started a magazine for the benefit of farmers. I need that. And so do they. Honest to God, they started a magazine, distributed a magazine, millions of copies, 100 years ago, for the benefit of farmers. Most of their customers were disconnected, did not have nearly enough information to grow their farming business. So John Deere comes to the rescue and says, we'll provide the information. And we need the information anyway, right? We need to grow products and services based on this information. Well, then why don't we just give it to you? We're collecting it. And from day one, the philosophy of the furrow, the oldest content marketing example still in practice today, was to deliver quality content. And they also like to do pictures. They just do. Because no one else apparently does. So they always do pictures as well. And they have for like 50 years. And this is an example of content marketing. It's an example of what you do when your customers trust you. You validate. You provide the information you can that's to their benefit. Okay. As soon as we cross the line into respect, you bought from a brand, you trusted the brand, now you respect the brand. That's a huge step to take. How does that happen? What's really strange is what we're going to talk about in a minute here, which is respecting a brand that you've never bought from. And that's what's different about this stage. In the previous two stages, when we started pre-purchase, it made perfect sense. I was aware of them, I trusted them, fine. But now, why would I respect a brand I don't buy from? Yet all of you do. All of you have respect for brands you've never bought from. They're acting like media companies. They're influencing you with their media, with their brand, with the perception of the value that they have, and that you would be better off associating yourself with them. One of the first things that helps a brand to achieve I learn, therefore I buy, and this is pretty obvious, so I'll just give this one away, is you got to teach. That manifests itself in, for most serious industries, certification. In case you've ever wondered, why do companies put out certification programs? Why do they spend millions of dollars, tens, hundreds of millions of dollars on certifying their customers, or even certifying people who aren't their customers? This is the reason. If you are an authority of knowledge in your industry, then even if I hate the company, I kind of respect them. It's kind of like school rivalries, right? There are rivalries amongst a lot of different universities. There are different brands. But let's face it, most of those schools are pretty awesome. You still respect them, even if for whatever reason you don't like them the year that you're supposed to not like them, because you got to defeat them. And in our case, in football, it's very common here. So that's why respect is important in the pre-purchase phase for a brand. It's because you want people to want to learn from you. If they're learning from you, how long do you think it'll take before they start buying? Okay. I'm skipping a step because in the post-purchase The only difference is that the learning is tailored to your career goals. And the learning actually influences your career. It influences your income. It influences your savings, your mortgage payment, your kid's future. Because of some company. That's a pretty big deal. But the best brands are very good at this, and they do it. They provide customized training curriculum. Right? Here's a very strange example. The story of a brand that did this. The Michelin Brothers in France. Anybody know the Michelin Company? Yeah? Huh. I'm surprised more the Europeans didn't put their hands up, but it could also be you guys are just tired. Yeah, jet lag. Or hungry, that's right. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Ingmar. Maybe at lunchtime. So the Michelin Company, at the time that the brothers were doing pretty well, two Michelin brothers, about 10 years after they started, I noticed that in all of France, there were less than 3,000 cars. So if you're a tire company, that's a bit of a problem. Your total addressable market is very small, since you can produce tires pretty quickly. So what do? Yes, you advertise, right? You guys got that part, right? You inform your customers about the benefits of having a car, owning a car. Don't you want a car? Please buy a car so I can sell you some tires. But they went a step further. This is very, very courageous. So brothers went ahead and said, you know what? There's a lifestyle that comes with owning automobiles in the early 1900s. And it's exclusive. You can go wherever you want. Now, saying you do own a car, you go wherever you want, and you got some money, I'm assuming, if you can do that, what would you do? Anyone? That's right. You drive to a fancy restaurant, assuming you can get there. Don't have Google. How do I get there? I'd love to take my wife and children out to a fancy restaurant, but I have no idea where the fancy restaurant is, because it's not in my town, and I don't even know how to get there. Plus, I don't have a car. Right? All the problems. So they came up with the idea of the Michelin Guide. We're going to provide you information about places to go eat and stay and road maintenance. You know, and if there's a major problem, we'll tell you. We'll also give you guides, hundreds of road guides in our Michelin Guide. You don't even need to buy our car, our tires. Just take the guide. Feel bad about the fact that you don't have a car. Right? Aspire to be the owner of a vehicle so I can sell you some tires. Okay? Because if you don't have a vehicle, I can't sell you tires. You see the problem that the brothers have? So the Michelin Guide comes out. Things go great for them. They do really well. They sell a lot of tires, a lot of cars get sold, not just as a Michelin Guide, because cars needed to get sold. Okay? People wanted cars. But 20 years into this, the story goes that one of the brothers walked into a garage, as the owner of a tire company would, and noticed something very strange about a desk in the garage. Yeah, the top was fine, but what was holding the top up was a stack of his Michelin. And he's like, hey, I don't like this. We spend a lot of money and take a lot of care to put these guys out. I guess they do this because it's free. We're going to start charging for the Michelin Guide. And they have been ever since. It's not a moneymaker, but the idea is that the information is worth so much that people would pay for it. More importantly, it can make or break a fine restaurant. Being in the Michelin Guide and how many stars you have. So that's learning. We're going to move now to video and webinars, right? Collectively, rich media. How do we do learning with video? This is actually the fun part of the presentation. I'm sorry it's at the end. Okay? It's kind of how it works. But nobody left, so I think I'm okay. So, If you want to know how to teach people through video, who should you turn to? Yeah, Jim Henson. The Sesame Workshop. That's what they call it. It used to be called the Children's Television Workshop. But they had pretty much one program that was called the Sesame Workshop. I'd like to ask, because I don't know if you guys... How many Emmy Awards do you think Sesame Street has won? 45 plus years. Any guesses? No? No guesses. More. 45. That's actually a very logical answer. One every year? No. More. More. 1 minute. Whose answer was that? That was a good answer. Plus, you woke the room up. Thank you. They've won over 150 Emmy Awards and 8 Grammy Awards. You know, because they have such high budget programming. They spend so much money. No, they don't. Hand puppets. Muppets. They're using Muppets. And use the same actors. They're not spending a lot of money. The difference in why Sesame Street, for 45 years, is considered one of the best, if not the best, children's programming every year, is that they help children learn. This combination works. They know how to use video. They know how to use what's called a temporal media. Okay, and this is the stuff I live and breathe, so I take it very seriously. Other temporal media are live theater, dance, music. These are temporal media, radio. Anything that's consumed over a period of time, as opposed to static media, like print, photographs. With temporal media, the number one differentiator in if you will succeed is story. And Sesame Street has some of the best, if not the best, children's television writers in the world. Many of them have gone on to do their own writing and their own books, and they win awards there as well. They just keep winning awards. They're good storytellers. That's why I use the example of Sesame Street. If you'd like to know how to sell things through video, and you believe that you can get your customers to respect you, then study Sesame Street. And if you want some other quirky examples, let me know. I have a few. Now we're going to get to what we do. We're not the Jim Henson Company, right? We're not as creative, not as talented, right, as Sesame Street. But I'd like to play you a video that was nominated for an Emmy Award. And if you can tell me why afterwards, I'd love to know, because we're surprised. We're really surprised. We've made it to the last round. We were very, very flattered. But this is what we consider learning for networking engineers. Wireless has freed us from the burden of cords and cables and given us unprecedented mobility. It was all great until we heard comments like, yeah, video. Thanks, John. But you know what? He's right. Video is a huge strain on the wireless. I mean, look at these requirements. I love my 11N. It is fast. The innovation marches on. The demands will never stop increasing. So we need something faster or back to wired. Because now we tasted that freedom, there ain't no going back. Chill out, all right? We've got an answer. We wouldn't be doing this on video. Well, that's where the 802.11ac comes in. AC is an emerging standard coming out of the IEEE. It's VHT, or very high throughput.